All right. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. Folks here, we're about to begin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for coming, whether you are in person or at home, in your own home space. Welcome to Art with Liz here at the beautiful Hoboken Public Library. I want to begin by saying thank you to Hoboken Library for sponsoring these hybrid classes. They really are a wonderful opportunity for all of us to express our creativity, a great way to relax, if only briefly, during these rather crazy times, I guess we could say. All right, so before we begin our actual class, I want to make a quick announcement. Starting in April, this class, and I hope everyone can hear me on this class will start a little bit later in the morning. So those of you who like to sleep in a little bit, this will be a huge advantage for you. And I would be one of those people. I like to sleep in. We're going to be starting at 10:30 and going until 12:30. I hope that this doesn't cause a problem for folks. I personally see it as a plus. If it is a problem, I hope I can make it up for you somehow. The classes will still be available online for you, and they will be recorded. So if you miss any part of the class, it will be available to see. All right. So welcome to today. I believe it is March 12th. Yes. We are almost midway through March, and it is Women's History Month. So we are still celebrating the fabulous work of female artists here and elsewhere around the world. Today, we're going to be looking at an artist who, I guess it's fair to say, does kind of unusual imagery. She's primarily known for her self-portraits, and I don't want to say too much about them. I think we should just start looking at them so that you can form your own opinion. As in past classes, I invite you to share your thoughts and feelings and opinions about them. There is no bad opinion. You know, this is art, and people form strong thoughts and beliefs about what they're looking at. So I'm going to share a slideshow of her work. I'm going to give you a brief description, biographical description of her life and what little I know about her. I invite you to do further digging about her work if she intrigues you. And after the slideshow, I have a project for all of us to do. So here we go. It's a slideshow. Her name, no, this is the wrong slideshow. I'm not quite sure how that happened, so forgive me. Here is the correct slideshow. We're going to start all over again. Her name is Shani, and I may be mispronouncing. Her name is Shani Rees James. She was born in 1953 and is a Welsh painter. And she lives in a place that I know I can't pronounce correctly. It is a Welsh name, and I'm going to attempt to pronounce it. She lives in Llangefni Powys. And she has been described as, quote, and I don't know where this quote comes from, but she has been described as, quote, arguably one of the most exciting and successful painters of her generation, end quote, and, quote, one of Wales' most significant living artists, end quote. Well, she was born in 1953. So she's around my age. She's a little bit younger than I am. So that would put her in her late 60s, early 70s. She's in her early 70s. She was elected to the Royal Cambrian Academy of Art in 1994, and in the 2006 New Year's honor, she was appointed a member of the Order of the British Empire for services to art. This is what her work looks like. She is a portrait painter. Her work is not what I would call realistic. When I look at her work, an American artist that I think of right away is, just blocked her name. Help me out here, folks. A woman we've talked about before during Women, Alice Neel. Reminds me of Alice Neel, American portrait painter. The same kind of rough, raw, immediate characterization of people that she looks at. This is a self-portrait. Most of her paintings are self-portraits. She was born in 1953 in Melbourne, Australia. I have lived there. The daughter of a Welsh father and an Australian mother, and came to the United Kingdom as a child. At 6 years old, Rhys James was ill with, and I know I'm not pronouncing this correctly, thrombocytopenia. Anybody wants to look that up, feel free.
Thrombocytopenia.
I knew you'd know it, Susan. What it is?
I think it's low red blood cells.
Okay. Some
Maybe
kind of
white. Yeah,
some kind
of blood disorder. I forgot already.
She describes this time spent out of school as being significant for allowing her time to play and enter a state of childlike games and develop her imagination during these important early learning years. And it really affected her desire to do art. So because she spent a lot of time in her early years at home and being homeschooled, it really helped her to become an artist. This feels to me, because I'm not hearing from any of you folks, this feels anguished and lonely to me, stressed. This painting, this person. Okay, Eileen agrees with me.
When I saw it, I thought of me at 3
All right, Jen says this feels like herself at 3 in the morning. Yeah, we've all been there.
Exactly 1 hour earlier, right?
Yeah. So everyone's agreeing with that assessment. That kind of hollowed out feeling, right? Look at her eyes. Her eyes are, it reminds me a little bit of The Scream, the painting by Munch, Edvard Munch.
Oh, yeah.
The wild eyes. Yes. Hi, Alice. Ken, would you mind removing your coat so that Alice could sit there, please? Thank you, Ken. All right, and definitely the black and white palette, the starkness of the dark background does give you this feeling of loneliness and emptiness. All right, let's move on. This is another self-portrait. So also growing up in Australia during her early years gave her another factor in helping her to decide to become an artist. She doesn't really specifically explain why, but it helped her in making her decision to become an artist. Her mother, this is kind of fascinating. Her mother, who was an actress, told her not to go to art school. She said all the great artists in the world never went to art school, or if they went to art school, it inhibited them, and she should think about not going. She, in fact, ignored her mother and did go to art school. But as a very young child, she spent a lot of time at the theater with her mother and learned how to make costumes and backdrops for the theater, which encouraged her in her creative and artistic endeavors. Her early education took place in Eltham, Australia. I'm not sure where that is. It must be a suburb of Melbourne, I'm thinking. And then they sent her away to school in London at the Parliament Hill Girls' School. I am drawn to her work. What do you think? You like it? No, no. And there's an interesting comment from a critic, Lindsay, that addresses the way she uses color.
Yeah.
And I think it might help you to understand what she's doing with the paint. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So she does not, as far as I know, have a skin condition.
Mhm. I like the way she doesn't seem to use such formal shapes, but conveys so much feeling in spite of it. And you get such an expression of the person, but it's such a different way the paint or whatever it is put on the surface. I really like her.
All right.
You know what that reminds me of, Lynn?
What?
Do you remember Paul Devone?
No.
He cut out all those pop art. Do you remember it was like folk art, seeing those heads, and he hung them all over Hoboken. They used to sell
Oh,
them
on the light posts and things like that. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. They were wooden.
They
Yes,
had feeling, but they were, you know.
they do remind me of his work.
Yeah.
Yes. What happened to all of those?
I like how. I would love to have my hands on one of those. I had one and I gave it away, and I'm so sorry.
Oh, too bad. Thank you for reminding us of him. Go ahead, Ken.
I like how the face kind of emerges from the background. I mean, the hat is very interesting. It's kind of flat, it's textured, and it's more abstract. But then her face comes out of that abstraction. It's like it's coming to life almost.
So she's emerging, you would say, from the
And
back.
the figure, you know, it seems a little flat towards the bottom, but then it has all these interesting curves
And texture. Yeah.
Little variations that make it light. So the textures are very intriguing. And
Cool.
there's just this kind of interesting blend of things that are
Guys, I can only hear one person at a time. I can only hear one person at a time.
Yeah, it's just an interesting blend of different qualities.
I agree.
You know, it almost, you know, it kind of veers from one to another, and somehow it all holds together. So there's almost a kind of music.
A kind of music. Thank you. Yeko, what were you saying?
Thinking about the shot, it's very much shows the material. It's very unique material, you know. That's very
Yes, in the dress.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. It's kind of pleated fabric. Yes, I like that very much. And then the straw texture in the hat. Love that. In this particular painting, I don't know. I don't know. Good question, Brenda, but I don't know. Okay, so here's what the critics said about the way she uses paints. She applies the paint riotously, spiky, and rip-roaring. And the art critic's name is Michael Glover. There's something mad, wild, and thuggish about this work. Such is its total lack of restraint. It seems to be gulping at color. She lathers and slathers on the paint with a kind of unrestrained glee. No wonder the eyes of the model are always slightly bulbous with a kind of childish wonderment. I don't know if that helps. But it's lovely. Lovely words used very descriptively. But it seems that she doesn't really think about the rules or the traditions or the things that I've been teaching you. She's thrown out everything that she learned in art school. Remember what her mother told her when she was very young, don't go to art school. All the best artists did not, and they didn't learn from what we learn in art school. So my recommendation, however, the way I learned, go to art school, learn the rules, and then pick and choose from the rules what you want to use. And it seems that's what she has done in her career. Let's
It's kind of interesting how, like, you see the shoulder has that very dark outline there.
yes,
But then you look at the neck right above it. and
it's
there's
not.
no outline.
It makes no sense.
But it does create this impression of light coming from angles.
Yes,
So there's this kind of interesting, what do you call it? Things, interplay or conversation between something that looks more conjuring, a little bit flat and bold, and something more painted.
yes.
So it's going.
So depth of field has, yes, she's thrown all the conventions of depth of field and three-dimensionality out the window. Completely. As if it were a collage or a drawing, not a painting. Let's look at some more. This is also a self-portrait. Talk about riotous use of color.
The picture of her, she looks really great. I don't understand
Yeah,
why
she's
she
cute.
makes herself look like this so bad.
I don't know.
I saw with that, it's almost like a pixelation, maybe she feels like it's not in full view yet, like that.
Well, think about the history that she's coming from to. Think about Van Gogh's self-portraits. You could look at his work, his interesting use of color in skin tones. Go ahead, Heather. Lucian Freud. I'm thinking of Freud. Freud is also uses a lot of red in his portraiture.
Like raw.
It does look completely raw, like red meat.
I thought
Yeah. No, yes, but I believe it's a self-portrait.
Maybe that's a male vision of herself as male.
Maybe she's trying to present herself completely openly as she is, without any artifice. Let's keep going. And there's that wonderful South African artist, Marguerite Dumas or Duras, who we looked at. Also, she uses a lot of red in her portraiture. I think it's Duras, Marguerite Duras. Some of her imagery is disturbing. as in this one. So I don't have much more about her. She did go to Loughborough College of Art and Design. 1976, she obtained a degree in fine art at St. Martin's School of Art in London. She's exhibited across Europe, also the US, Hong Kong, New Zealand, and Australia, and she is represented by the Martin Tinney Gallery in Cardiff, which is in Wales. There's a reference to art history. I mean, look at the background, the flowers. It's very reminiscent of still lifes from the Romantic period that we've looked at before. The severed head, however, I don't know. The Dutch artists like to use skulls in their still lifes. This is another self-portrait. Could you say it again, please, Brenda? Okay. A feeling of hopelessness. Well, she was a mother as well. She worked on her career while raising a family. So any of you who've ever been parents of very young children, sometimes there is a feeling of helplessness and hopelessness when you're confined at home with one or more young child. And maybe you are reading the emotions correctly from some of these paintings.
She looks like she's about to eat baby.
She doesn't look happy, that's for sure, Alice. It's not a happy picture. Oh, or Francis Bacon. Good, yeah. He's another British portrait painter who uses a lot of red in his work. This one is actually one of my favorites in the slideshow.
The base looks like it's bleeding.
It does. There's one image in here that does look like a lot of blood. I'm warning everyone ahead of time. And here it is.
She never be so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, does look happy. She looks satisfied.
Well, art is elemental, folks. Artists convey their feelings through their work.
It's really
This, I believe, is another self-portrait.
I see her little face in there though.
It could be related to her disease. Excuse me. Shh, shh. I want to hear what everyone has to say. Lindsay, say it again.
It's low levels of platelets in turning lead to prolonged or excessive bleeding. If she has that disorder, she may have blood.
So that makes sense. It could be related to the disease that she has. Susan, could you repeat the name of the disease? Susan, the name of
Thrombocytopenia, it's low platelets.
Okay, so maybe these are statements about this disease. And is it a lifelong condition?
I'm
Susan?
not sure. I think you can do something about it with the thrombocytopenia. But I saw pictures of her and her skin looks normal.
Yes, someone reported on that already.
Yeah. Mhm.
That one is disturbing. This one is a little better. Yeah, I like the composition of this work. I love the straight line of that blue dress. Isn't that incredible? Just the way she across her neck like that is amazing. And then the organic form of the chandelier coming down kind of softens the harshness of that. I don't know if that's a child in the lower left, but that too, the way the head is just emerging from the corner creates a very fascinating dynamic in this painting. All right, I'm going to go through these a little quicker now. Notice, though, she does kind of follow the conventions of the proportions of the human face. Those are very accurate. All right, I like the immediacy of this work. I like the quickness of the lines, the sloppiness, the textural effects, I think are very beautiful. The freeness of the delivery of the lines and color to the work. I find that very beautiful. I'm glad you asked. Keep asking questions, Eileen. You ask great questions. You know a lot, and asking questions helps us understand more. Look at the curvature of the top of the kettle or pot with the curvature of her shoulders, the curvature of the heads. It's a beautiful repetition of that curve all the way to the back of the painting. Interesting the way sometimes she hides her face, sometimes her face is right dead in the front. You think this is the happiest one? Okay.
Okay, so sad, but it's quite happy. Yeah.
Not happy. It is harsh. I love this painting. All right, we're going to whip through now. Beautiful use of color. Oh, that's the last one. All right, so our project for today, and we have not done this in quite a while. I am inviting folks to do self-portraits. I have brought in hand mirrors, but there are a limited number. There aren't enough for everyone to use them. Those of you who were with me in class yesterday, I reminded you to bring them. Those of you who received my emails, and if you read the email, it asked you to bring a hand mirror. If you did not bring a hand mirror, you can take a selfie with your phone. If you're lucky enough to have a phone, you can take a selfie and work from the selfie. I am also, listen up, guys. Shh, shh. Want to make sure everybody can hear. Thanks. You can also copy one of her pictures. I will try and put up the least disturbing one of her pictures on the big screen. You can copy one of her paintings, or for those of you who are my newest students, I have brought in photographs again from magazines that you can copy, as well as the sheets with guidelines on them for you to refer to that you can use. I did go through the techniques for doing the human face last class in preparation for this class as well as the last. If you need me to review those lessons, let me know as I come around the room. Those of you who are at home, you can always yell out, Liz, I need help, and I will come to the rescue. So your choices: self-portrait with mirror. That's my number one choice for you today. Self-portrait from selfie. Oh, and here's another choice I forgot. self-portrait from selfie or family photo that you might have, or copy one of her paintings, or work from a photograph that you have available to you. One of the problems with working from family photo is it's probably too small. It's very difficult to work from a tiny photograph. All right. Stop. No one should be going to get supplies yet. I haven't finished. For those of you who are my more veteran students, Sally, sit down. Sit down, Sally. My more veteran students, I want you to try working in color today. So I brought in brand new watercolor kits so you can paint with your self-portrait. I recommend you work in light pencil first and then work with watercolor. But I also brought in soft pastel, Conti crayon, and I think that's it. Oh, and charcoal. There is watercolor paper. Only use the watercolor paper, please, if you're using watercolor paint, because there's only a small amount of watercolor paper. Any questions? All right, go get your stuff. Let's go to work if there are no questions. Questions from folks at home? Nothing? All right, let's do a Rhys James inspired work of art.
What is the lady's name?
Shani Rhys James. Rhys James, R-H-Y-S James, James. I'm putting the picture up. Those of you who came late, you missed the announcement. I'll have to make it at the end. So next week's class is next month's class is starting at 10:30 and ending at 12:30.
The whole month?
For the forever. So you can sleep in a little. Me,
What can they do from 6:30 to 10:30?
draw, and avoid the news. Forever. Do the New York Times spelling bee. Did you get the pangram for today? I have no idea what it is.
You get it?
All right, we're gonna do the lady in the hat. I'm coming. Give me 1 minute, please. Oh, I forgot to stop share this. All right, folks at home, can you see this image? Thank you, Robin, for letting me know. It's blurrier now than before, right? Yeah, I'm gonna stop the share and I'm gonna try and make this smaller, everyone. Better? Better? Okay, but now how do I get back to Zoom? Still pixelated, sorry. I don't know what to do. Try using this. What can I bring you, Alice? What do you want?
Yeah, I'll take it. Listen, sorry, this is my strategy, but this is, I think, my favorite. I'm sorry. This stuff in the beginning.
I Googled 25 women on.
She's very interesting person. She's disturbing, but I feel her work is good. Oh. I didn't tell you.
All right. Don't get stressed, don't. There's one mirror left. This one is clearer. No. Small spaces. That one's better. This one's better. It's a little bigger. But it's that one's good. Try and enlarge it even more. Well, I think you have the skills to do something. Look, this stands up. Try the same. Now we're not. Yeah, that's like, on that. So, it's not you, it's your face. Okay. Start the same way. That
No, I had my own school.
Try not
I
to
do,
think.
just
Look. Cannot do this kind of work if you're talking. You really can't. Really cannot.
This is.
Face is what's the face. There's an object. Start the same way as you're drawing anything. is an oval. You can use the guidelines, use the guidelines. Symmetrical. Think about what you can't do. Object. Doesn't work the first time around. Erase, throw away, start again. Folks at home, your face is just an object, just like anyone else's face. Start with a basic oval shape. Use guidelines if you need to. Put them in very lightly. Think about all the measuring tools I've taught you. Look at Reese James' portrait. How many eye lengths is her nose? From the bridge of the nose to the tip of the nose is 1 eye length. From the inner corner of the eye straight down is the outer edge of her nose. From the pupil of her eye straight down is the outer corner of her mouth. Look at where the ear sits in relationship to the eyes and nose. You can do this. The way it is on her face is exactly the same on your face. Mess up, erase, correct. Because you can't mess up in art. You always have the eraser available to you. Throw it away and get another piece of paper. No big deal. The Val dreams that she is. First time she got up on her toes. Angelo didn't draw brilliantly the first time he put pen to paper. But they did. He did. Everyone did. Everything requires practice. And struggles. Everything. That's what life is. Fine, measure, keep measuring. brilliantly last week. Can you do the same? Don't. Are you ten band days? Like everybody else. Self-portraits for centuries. Who's the best in model you can get? No, you always have yourself available. Drawing the same thing over and over and over again is the way artists learn. Wasn't an accident that Van Gogh painted himself hundreds of times. I think you really need to up a little tighter. So give yourself a little more fire. Okay. Saving it for yesterday. Okay, I wouldn't worry about details. Okay. Like jewelry and stuff yet. Don't erase it. Okay. But start on the plate. You're doing great. We good, folks at home? What? And Courtney, you were there. Are you still there? Or did you have to leave? I never got to welcome Courtney. Darn. Where do you keep looking, Alex? Can you see it?
I can see it.
Something.
No, it's fine.
know what the drawing looks like today. Guys, listen up. The drawing is less important to me than the fact that the learning to look and see what's in front of you. That's really the important answer. Don't worry about the finished product. That's what I want you to let go. For many of you, this is the first time you've ever done it. So we all hate how it looks. You name one person to me and look in the mirror and say, I'm perfect. I don't know anyone, including, I don't know, Marilyn Monroe.
It was shut up in there.
Except people in that exalted status. I mean. All right, I stand corrected. There are very few people, human. That's your.
Yeah.
Other people might think differently, but there's a rare number of people who believe that about themselves. My guess is even someone with that kind of power probably has self-doubt. Very difficult to do this the way hair grows back. And keep your minds curved. Doing great. We're good at home? Yes? Okay, good. I feel like I'm interrupting, so I don't want to push. Oh, we have so much time left too. Good. Margot, good.
I think you need to move the neck.
Well, I would have to, so. Today was one of those days where I had to remind myself, you are lucky to be growing older. So, yeah, I would say put the wrinkles on.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, let's put it this way, I'm not ready to be dead yet, so I'm lucky to be growing older. Well, be careful what you say. My husband has very long hair.
What? Oh, long hair?
My husband has extremely long hair.
Want to see a picture of his hair.
I'll show you in a minute. I'll be right there. Picture of my husband.
Yes, 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 I do. Don't end up looking like. Oh, yes. You see her? Also Meg Ryan.
There is very one.
Thank you so much. Right about 12. Joe. What? Oh.
Yes. Yes, so much better.
Oh,
I
great.
couldn't find anyone who knew how to do that.
Now I'm growing because I'm going to Israel and somebody there. Otherwise.
Oh, that's great.
It's not even.
Great, thank you.
Also, the painting is yourself.
No, I'm gonna do
This
this
is
next.
your own color.
This is literally my own, I didn't forgot what color. But this is my natural hair color, and there's a little blonde left from the. So we're gonna, and next time he's gonna.
Highlights.
Blonde, yeah. I've always been blonde. I'm like naturally blonde. When I was little, I was very blonde. So, I'm gonna be blonde in my daughter. My sons have signed some contracts.
So sweet.
And no chin hair. If I have to go to the nursing home, they gotta bring me. They signed it. The city website.
Oh.
And I have a pickleball racket, but I don't play pickleball. What are my kids do? Somebody probably gave it to them. Maybe I missed one, if you guys have like a nice. I don't know how to play, but I'm pretty athletic.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe. I have a picture of this. Oh, that would be sure.
I'm leaving.
She doesn't, I mean, like, I'm slowly
She doesn't want to work around the eye.
Yeah.
Holy, that's
big sleeve.
yeah, right here.
It's yeah, the nose. Whether.
Yeah, that's it.
Try a little first, and if it works to your liking, use more. That's all, Alice. You look very focused at home, so I'm not going to bother you. More hair on the top of it. quite so defined. More like shadow. Rough shadow. Big one. It's not close.
Trying to figure out a color color.
It's trying to red. And then with the color. So a little bit of green around the eyes too.
Yeah, there's.
If you want to put it in, Alice, you know.
Yeah.
Now, you want to move on to the, the colored part of your eye.
No, my eyes are closed because it's like signal needle.
Ah.
That
Got
was my weekend. At my family's house.
it. Got it. So you might want to do a little shading
Okay.
around here.
Okay.
In the tail.
Okay.
Right at the moment,
Yeah.
it looks like they're open, but you
No.
didn't put the
No,
pupil
it's
in
like
the
I'm closing
eyelid.
my eyes, everything, and I'm closing my eyes.
Got it.
The Italian family.
Oh my gosh, what's that there?
Yeah.
So just with the
I will.
pencil you have here, you don't even have to add
Alright.
any more,
Good.
just blend.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Wonderful. Really, boy, thank you.
Oh, good. That's like you are real artist, but today you really look. What? Touch. Like, stuff. Stuff.
I'm gonna play with it when I go home. Like,
And it's a little orange or something, red, some have some yellow. So let's see how this is on. I can say that.
Okay. Very interesting.
Oh, gosh, I'm so proud of everyone. Me too. You have the courage. How do you do it? Okay, so. They're like, you grows that. It's full that. So you follow the curvature of it.
ah, I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. See that in there? That's skin
So
color?
the on barber, it's a challenge.
Like
Oh, I
the skin color.
It's not as scary as that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I see it.
Look in the mirror. Done so brilliant. Alice, you're mine. Yeah, well, we're using messy. We're still alive and kicking. Those of you working at home, yes. So now we have 11 minutes left, 11 minutes. So the lady who creates the disturbing pictures has inspired us to do really beautiful work. I hope folks will share today because we've done some impressive art.
No, no, yes, I. My explanation of this is, no, I don't hear nothing, I don't see nothing, I don't say nothing. Because that's how I deal with my family. You know what I mean? See, we will see, we will pass.
Yeah, I asked her and then I forgot. So
That's beyond, that's exactly what I wanted.
I'm looking at Australian artist.
He's a concert, like he says, I know. One with Tesla. He did? Yes, he's close to. Yeah, yeah, it's yours. People don't buy it. Yeah, it's right. No, people don't buy it. They're
Guys, you may be leaving, but other people are still working.
Shani. Shani.
Okay, yeah, okay, so she didn't make the list.
SHANI. Shani. Shani.
Arise.
Guy. James.
James, yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, that's all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, 4 minutes till clean up, folks. I think it's pronounced Reese, the Welsh pronunciation, but I could be wrong.
She certainly doesn't look like a portrait.
Yeah. Yes, half Welsh, half Australian.
Australian.
Well, she lives in Wales
Oh, okay.
and
all
has
right.
for most of her life. She was
No, she's
born in Israel. Oh, wait. Now I
Yeah,
can't remember.
1953.
Suddenly I can't remember and I put my cheat sheet away. Let me be absolutely. She was born in Australia. And then they.
Because I looked for Australian artists.
Her father was Welsh. Her father was Welsh, her mother Australian. She went to school, part in Australia, part in London, and then moved back to Wales. She lives now in Wales.
Considered many the greatest living Welsh painter. Yeah, I never heard of him.
What's that thing on Sunday? That was pretty cool at the Similsium bookstore. That like an art group or something.
No, it's a long time. The artists,
That's not this Sunday.
unless they're having another big night, then they're having more than one.
Is it worth it?
The Inheritance.
You
Yeah.
Theater probably.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, I prefer it. Yeah, more strong. If I go to the Rotary, yeah. Yeah,
I love what they're doing.
more strong.
Yeah, I support everything.
That's nice.
I've been to so many of them.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. Very impressive.
Some kind of performance-based thing based on what the residents are saying about water.
Water is everything.
Yeah, reflection.
For most of them.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna go on Sunday.
And they travel all over the US. They've been working in St. Louis and Chicago. There's another one that's supposed to be this Sunday.
I think I got a recent email about it.
All right, we have to, do you want to share first or clean up first? I send out so many emails. Sorry, Janet. You know. I can't keep track of all the things going on. All right, why don't we share first? Let's let folks here share first, because I think we did at-home people sharing first last week. Am I right? I can't remember. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
I'm not getting an objection. Robin says it's okay. Alice, would you like to go first? No, I'll hold it up for you. I have to bring it up to the machine.
Oh, we're right, okay.
I love Alice. Oh, we have to stop the share. Alice copied the picture that we had on the big screen. Isn't it super?
Oh my, amazing.
Wonderful. Love it.
You did great.
That's very nice.
All right, you should be very proud of this one. Alice. Copying from other artists' work is a good way to learn. Ken? As is yours, Alice. Everyone has a different style. This is why comparing your work to the person sitting next to you is a waste of time. Please don't do it. All right, look at the big screen, please. If you want us to look at your work, please look at
That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Woo.
Yeah,
Looks exactly.
this is a little scary to do because I have really bad eyesight.
Wow.
So if you come up close, it looks good at a distance. If you come up close, there aren't really any lines. I'm just kind of like vaguely scribbling, then adding more scribbles on top of scribbles until it starts looking like something.
Wow.
That's a process. And you use charcoal, right?
No, this time I use graphite. the
Graphite,
pencil,
okay.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I just keep correcting as I go, adding more scribbles and more
Very nice.
I don't know, more texture.
Well,
So-
it's just beautiful.
Yeah, so there isn't really a lot of actual line work. It's all kind of like approximate smudges, you know.
All right,
Okay,
beautiful shading. And you, the photograph you work from, very dramatic, darks and lights.
yeah. You want to, I don't know, you can see that?
All right, thank you, Ken. Next is Jen. Jen, are you gonna share?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ken. Yes.
Okay. That's me, and because I think I'm an Lenape Indian, in one of my past lives because I'm obsessed with the water in Hoboken and I have to live on it. That's why my dream catcher's there.
I thought it was a basketball net.
No, I didn't get to my feathers yet. I didn't get to my feathers yet. And that's me. And I haven't finished yet, but this is where I've gotten.
It's a brilliant beginning.
Thank you, Liz.
And thank you for being proud of your Lenape area.
Thank you. In a last life, it's from a last life, but it's definitely
love it.
there.
Arena, go ahead.
The
Thank
first
you,
one I
Jill.
ever met.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to represent.
All right, go ahead. Mike.
Self-portrait.
I think it looks.
Wow, very nice.
This is a work.
Interesting.
Wow,
Yes.
that's your face, Alina.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. Wow.
When you start working on the color in the face,
Wow.
it's gonna look more and more like it. Continue. Sally, come on, show the spray drawing.
Yes, wow, Sally, that's amazing.
No, go up to the laptop so people at home. Separate you two things.
Here?
Back up a little, Sally, back up.
That's nice. Love that.
Love it. Love it. Oh my. Hold it up again.
And hold it still, be serious,
Ooh,
hold it still.
that's fascinating.
Excellent drawing.
Oh.
Wow. Well
Yeah.
done.
Before I just draw models' bodies a lot, but the
Yes.
face, I just begin.
Yes.
And.
Bodies, somebody here is easier. But this one I feel is very hard.
It's
Well,
beautiful.
look how well you've done.
Sometimes the eyes bigger, sometimes nose too long. Here's no idea.
No,
It's a beautiful drawing, Sally, be proud.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel.
Here comes Daniel.
Oh, wow.
Very good. Excellent.
Yes.
Wow, you did too. That's awesome.
Oh boy. Wow.
Very
The
cool.
one on my right looks exactly like you. It's amazing.
Yeah, I like the one on the right better.
Wow.
One on the left looks like the artist.
So
Today.
some superhero is on the
Wonderful, Daniel.
fantastic.
Beautiful color. Yeah. What a surprise that purple background.
Yeah,
Just really is so terrific against the green. Well done, Daniel. And it
No,
looks
it's too
exactly
big, you can
like.
get a screenshot of his real face, you know?
All right, thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
Very good. Bring that on. All right, Brenda will not come to the camera, but she's sharing it here. It's excellent. It's her first face drawing ever. And she did a self-portrait, so bravo. The proportions are terrific. Extremely well done.
Good eyebrow, good eyebrow. That's all looking at the
No, it looks like you. You should be very proud. Eileen, come on, take it up to the big. Love this. Very good. So good. Well done.
Thank you.
Great.
And you think, Eileen, you wouldn't even put pencil to paper a year or two ago. And look what you've accomplished today. It's terrific. Bravo.
Bravo.
There you go.
How amazing.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Wow.
That is wonderful.
No.
Beautiful. I love the background
Fantastic.
color.
Yeah.
And your face is a heart, so you do love it. You see that?
Oil pastel and soft pastel.
Pretty.
Okay.
You use oil and soft pastel both, or just the oil pastel?
No, just a soft pastel.
Oh, just soft pastel. Sorry. Really super. All right, Tamara. And this one is not a self-portrait, but a portrait.
I don't think I caught on, I don't think I thought to do it yet, but you can do it. Oh my God.
This is a picture from internet.
Wow, that is awesome. Great job.
Oh my goodness. Whoa. Oh,
Great job, Tamara.
amazing.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Eyes are, eyes. Piercing.
Yeah.
Penetrating. Like that's exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Deanna, did you want to share the Let's let Diane go ahead. Everybody, it's Diane's turn. Your attention.
This was my weekend, hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil at my 2-day birthday party with my family. So my best time was singing Shake It Off with my 5-year-old niece, Taylor Swift, all day. Because that's the only way you deal with an Italian family. You just don't deal with them. You deal with their kids. Okay?
Very nice.
Very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thanks. Right, Deanna, and then we're gonna look at the work from people at home.
Okay.
This is terrific.
I've been coming
Good.
in 3 months, right? I've been
Thank you
just.
so much.
That's really sweet. Very sweet. I'm talking from home. Very sweet. Thank you.
All right, now folks here, let's pay attention. We're gonna look at what folks at home have been doing. All right, Alice, you are first in my queue. Wait 1 minute while I find my pesky mouse. Wow.
Oh my. That's lovely.
Well done, Alice. Very nice.
Really
There.
superb.
Okay.
And are you using pastel? What media?
Well, it's a mixture of charcoal and gee, I don't know what all. It's mostly charcoal, yeah.
And
And it was taken from this.
oh, beautiful photograph.
So if you put the two
Yeah.
together.
Very,
Oh, very nice.
really. Wow. How do you do that?
I could work with that.
Well done, Alice.
Thank you.
Alice took drawing classes. I don't know if you're aware, but she took drawing classes. Where were you? School of Visual Arts? No, you.
Art Students League. Art Students League of New York, yeah. I'll be doing that in April again too, I think.
Lucky you. Really beautiful work. All right, Robin, you're next. Margot, we're going to be seeing yours.
This is, I
last.
took a picture of myself and I tried to paint myself. Can you see it? And you see it? I don't know if you.
Yes, yes. Very,
But the thing about it is that it looks like a combination of my older son who just turned 66 and myself. I couldn't make it like me exactly, but anyway, it was an interesting process.
Wonderful, wonderful image and portrait. I love it.
Thanks.
Terrific. Well done.
Thank you.
And what material, what media were you using?
I drew with a pencil and then I just used charcoal, pastel.
Thought it was pastel. Did you have a textured paper? Is it watercolor paper?
It has a little texture to it. It might be a not so good watercolor paper. It's not that rough, but a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, it was just an interesting experiment. It's hard to paint yourself. No matter
It's
how
because
hard.
more practice. We all need more practice doing it.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep it up. All right, Margot. Yeah, very nice.
I'm not, but colored pencil and sketching first.
My older son who just turned 66.
Awesome. Did you highlight it in some way?
I
Digital?
use colored pencil. I tried to shade it down here just with pencil, but I'm not done yet. Just so you could see it.
Let's finish, please. And
Okay.
a suggestion I have, give yourself more hair.
Yeah, I've got to
The
pencil
top.
in and then color it.
Wonderfully done.
Okay, thanks.
All right, guys. Superb today. Bravo, everyone. All right, so art on. I will see you all next week. We will, wow, be in the third week of March already, but we will
Next.
work of another female artist. I want to repeat, in April, we will be starting this class at 10:30 a.m. and going until 12:30 p.m. every day. Those of you who arrived late, if you did not hear that. See you next week, everyone.